Hey, what is up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of Index Card Insights. I am your host, Cam Jennings, and thanks so much for hanging out with me today, you guys. First of all, let me just acknowledge something. So Index Card Insights is coming late this week. Usually this is meant to be a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday podcast. And I am off schedule this week. Today is actually Friday. And this is the first episode that I'm getting out this week, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm probably gonna do a production block of 3 episodes here, and then I will either get them all out today, or I'll get them out here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll probably record them all today and get them out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for you. But I don't know, we'll see. Depends on how I feel, because technically, you guys should have already had the episodes. They should have already been out this week. So we'll see. I might just dump them all today. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, little behind the curtain, how the sausage is made for you. But it kind of ties into what I want to talk to you about today. And that's why I brought that up. However, I will say this. I listen to a lot of podcasts myself, and I hate it when they make changes to shows and they don't tell us what happened, right? Whether they replace a co-host or, they change some kind of programming or whatever, and they don't tell us why they've done it or what exactly happened. They just move forward like it never even happened. I hate that. So here's my promise to you guys is, like, if ever I jump off my schedule severely and something happens, I will always let you know, like, what is going on. So why was I so late this week getting to this episode? Right, it's really no big story. I was just really busy this week. I was working on a new newsletter for my UCIC Discounts Club, and I was working on a few other things I have, like, in the frying pan, and I didn't have time to get to the episodes, which is crazy, right? Because these are supposed to be 10-minute episodes. I should have had 10 minutes, but I just didn't. I just didn't have the time to get into it. So that's partly it. But, like, I always think that excuse is a little bit of a cop out, because you should have time. I think the other reason is just, I think sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you just need a break, and like, for me, whenever I need a break, I know it because I just feel like I don't have anything great to talk about, and I'm kind of just pushing through, just kind of grinding through, which is fine. We can do that, but at the same time, it's kind of a balance. Yeah, sure, sometimes you got to grind a little bit, but ideally, I'd like to have something to say. Ideally, I'd like to have something to say to you that actually matters. I don't just want to, like, push through with some BS content that nobody cares about, right? What is the point? That's kind of, the older I get, that's kind of how I look at it. What is the actual point of putting out stuff that doesn't matter? I want it to matter to me if I'm putting it out, right? So that's kind of, that's probably like 75% of it, because I think if I was excited about something I had to talk about, I'd make the time to get the episode out. Now, is that the right way to handle it? Probably not. Probably not. In my life, I have found there's a balance. There's a balance to it. Like, there's a balance between doing everything that you're supposed to do, and also, like, making sure that, like mentally, you're cool, because I've been burned out before. I've been just feeling really like out of sorts about everything before, when it comes to, like, content creation, and when it comes to creativity, and when it comes to ideas. I've been in all these different places mentally before when it comes to, like, ideas and creativity and stuff like that. So, like, over the years, I've kind of learned, like, how to handle different situations. And for me, like, when I'm feeling pretty kind of like, just like, I have no ideas, I'm kind of burned out, and the whole, like, project that I'm working on starts to feel like a grind, then for me, it's time to take a few days off, and just come back to it with a fresh look, a fresh set of eyes. And that's what works for me. I don't think that you can do that, like, indefinitely. I mean, you need to handle your projects, you need to get them done, you need to move them forward. So I don't think it's something that you can do indefinitely, and I don't think it's something you can just do all the time, right? I don't think it's something you should be abusing. But I do think it's a good tool. It's a good tactic when you start to feel like you don't have any ideas, you don't have any creativity, and you're just hitting a wall with it, right? And you kind of feel like you don't want to do it, right? So I think when you start feeling like that, it's good to take a few days off. Now me, I was supposed to come back Monday. I didn't come back till Friday. So that's how I handled that. But here I am Friday, excited to talk to you guys. Now, there's the 5-minute explanation for why I didn't have an episode out on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. That being said, let's get into what I want to talk to you guys about today. By the way, be sure to get over to epicconversions.com, grab your free copy of 12 Secrets. I've been pushing that book like all year long, but 12 Secrets is going to give you 12 reveals on artificial intelligence to help you like just explode your online business. You're going to love those 12 secrets. They are absolutely fantastic. They're going to help you so much. In fact, I was just talking about one of them in my group mentorship call last night. I was telling those guys about one of those secrets in case they didn't know about it. It's a game changer. So be sure to go over to epicconversions.com and get your copy of 12 Secrets. Now, what I want to talk about, I want to talk about being great. All right. People talk about being great all the time. I'm always hearing people talk about, I just want to be really great at this thing, right? I just want to be really, really successful at that thing. Whatever they want to do in life, whatever their big goal is, they want to be great, And it's fine, but in fact, you know what? I just had someone reach out to me a couple weeks ago asking me how they can just be great at internet marketing. How could they be great? What is the way for them to be great at internet marketing as fast as possible? And I told them the same thing I'll tell you on this podcast. I said, look, dude, I don't think that being great, for me personally, it's not something that you focus on. You know what I mean? It's not something that you focus on. Being great at something is not something you focus on. It's kind of like saying, hey man, I want to win a Nobel Peace Prize, or I want to win a Nobel Prize, or, I want to win a Lifetime Achievement Award, right? It's that's ridiculous. Winning a Nobel Prize is almost like the side effect of you doing really good at something else. Or winning a Lifetime Achievement Award is the side effect of you doing something really, really amazing, right? But that was never your focus to begin with. So that's the first thing I would say about being great in life, is that that shouldn't be the focus. And I don't think that you're going to achieve greatness by making being great the focus. The second thing that I would say is I believe that being great is accumulation. Right? It's accumulation of being great at the mundane, okay? It's accumulation of being really, really good at 1,000 mundane things. The day-to-day stuff. It's not exciting, It's not exciting to get up and publish content every day, right? It's not exciting every month to say, what am I putting on sale this month? Or it's not exciting to say, okay, what's the new product for this month? That's not exciting, right? It's not the same as saying, I want to be great. It's not the same as saying, I want to be a successful mogul. It's not the same thing. It's saying, okay, what do I got to do to make today perfect as far as my business is concerned? Did I make a list of the 5 things I want to get done today before I went to bed last night? Did I stay on track today? Did I get started on time? In my business, I like to start at 10. I like to wrap things up at 4. And I have a lunch break between 12 and 1. That's how I run my business. And did I maintain my schedule? Did I do that? That's being great at the mundane. Those things aren't exciting. But those are the things I believe that cumulatively add up to you being great, right? And being great is the side effect of doing those mundane things really, really well. Now, I can be hard on myself and say, man, you were not great at the mundane this week. You messed up and you didn't get your podcast out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday like you should have. I could say that, and that would be a fair assessment of how I handled this week. And it is the way it is. Do better, right? And I could respond back to that and say, well, I had like, burnout issues going on, and also I was really busy with other stuff. But then I could reply back to that and say, that's no excuse. All right. You need to do better. Why don't you just record your podcast in blocks ahead of time when when you aren't feeling like creatively blocked or whatever? Record the podcast ahead of time and then you have them in the queue ready to go. Why don't you record a few extra ones when you're feeling extra creative so you have those on the back burner so when you are feeling kind of burned out or blocked, you can pull from your queue and use them. There's all kinds of workarounds to stay consistent. But the point is, I wasn't consistent this week. And I think that that's okay, but you have to be honest with yourself and you have to admit, hey, you weren't perfect this week, do better, right? I think you gotta go there. If you can't be honest with yourself, then you ain't ever gonna get to where you want to get to. But again, my thing is, I don't think there is really a way to just be great. You can't just aim for that as a goal. I think it would be incredibly unfulfilling if that was your goal, just to be great or just to be amazingly successful at something. It's a nice little, thought, but I think in order to get there, this is just me personally, it's like being great at the mundane, the little things every day, doing what you're supposed to do to move your stuff forward. To me, that is what equals being great, the accumulation of that. The other thing I would say about this is that being great is subjective, right? What's great to me might not be great to you. What's great to you might not be great to the next person out there. We all have different opinions about what great is. To me, being great is working for myself, the freedom to call my own shots. Nobody tells me when to wake up. Nobody tells me when to go to bed. Nobody tells me how to live my life or what to do. I'm not on anybody's time clock. If I want to make more money, I learn how to get smarter about what I do. I don't ask for a raise. I make my own raises. That is what being great is to me. Making enough money to make sure I have all my bills paid and we're not in a bad financial place and, we're living well. Like, that's being great to me. I don't need like a fancy sports car. I don't need like a luxury, vehicle or a $500 million house to feel like I'm great. That's not what great is to me. So the other thing I would say about being great is it's subjective depending on who you are. So I would tell you to define what great is for you. But I really just think it's ludicrous and I think it's ridiculous. I think you should define what a really, really good workday looks like for you. That's what I think. I think you should define what getting the day-to-day stuff done in an excellent manner looks like to you. Because I promise you that if you do those day-to-day tasks the way you're supposed to, and you do a great job and you just focus on the best you can be at those day-to-day things, then that's going to accumulate into you being great. That's my opinion. That's what I feel. That's, for me personally, my experience. Anyways, I hope this helps you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Be sure to get over to epicconversions.com. Grab your free copy of 12 Secrets. epicconversions.com, epicconversions.com, epicconversions.com. Grab your free copy. I'll see you in there. Peace now.